Boom! Hello, everyone. Oh, sorry about that. Surprise. Yeah, this is a surprise stream that I literally came up with this the last minute. Um, like the day I even scheduled it, because I was like, wait a minute, Godzilla vs. Kong's coming out soon. I've done watch parties for the Gareth Edwards movie and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Why am I just gonna leave out Kong Skull Island? That doesn't sound fair to the eighth wonder of the world. He needs his due. Um, so that's why I'm here. Godzilla vs Kong gets released in the U.S. this week, Wednesday actually. Um, yeah, just giving Kong his due. This is completely unannounced, completely random, and this is the first time I've ever streamed on Twitch on a Monday, so I don't know how big the crowds will actually be. Which, by the way, first of all, welcome all who are watching this on Twitch at all. Or, no, watching Twitch and YouTube. We're all doing well. There's King Batzilla Reviews, which I don't think I've ever seen you on this, on any of the watch parties before. Welcome. I also want to give a special shout out to Henry Sanchez and Franch and Seymour, who subscribed to me on YouTube just recently, at least according to the Streamlabs statistics. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're subscribed to YouTube, but you do not follow me on Twitch, that is twitch.tv/RealMrRobinson. Normally, I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm making this Monday an exception with this Kong Skull Island watch party. But usually on the weekends, I play games. And because of Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually reserve that for the Marvel Cinematic Universe watch parties, but we've only got one more left, which is Spider-Man Far From Home tomorrow. So starting next week up until we get to the next watch party series, the Skywalker Saga for Star Wars, I'll be streaming every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So give you guys a little bonus day until we get to Star Wars. But if you're watching me on Twitch, if you follow me on Twitch, but you do not subscribe to me on YouTube, that is youtube.com/TheRealMrRobinson. It's my main hub of entertainment where I do movie reviews and other reviews out there. Oh, you're Turner Jenkins. Okay, gotcha. King Batzilla. Gotcha. Anyway, yeah, YouTube's my main source. If you really like what I'm doing and you want to help support financially, that is patreon.com/TheRealMrRobinson. You could just support me as low as $1 a month. But if you want to get some bonus content, you can pledge $3 and more, and you'll get exclusive content that no one else gets to see. But if you can't support me on YouTube financially, if you can't support me financially on Patreon, that's totally fine. Subscribing to me on YouTube and following me on Twitch is good enough. And, one thing. I want to make this perfectly clear. One thing before we start, since we are doing this in prep for Skull Island. Since the movie already came out overseas and apparently is killing it in terms of box office, if I see any spoilers in either chat, YouTube or Twitch, I haven't seen the movie myself yet, but if I see anything that could be a spoiler in either chat, instant ban. I'm not kidding this time around. Well, actually, I don't kid when I throw down the ban hammer. Like, I'll give you a warning. This is your only warning. If you drop any spoilers for Godzilla vs. Kong, regardless if you haven't seen it or not, if you just heard about these spoilers and you say any of them in the chat, you are getting banned without question. So that's your only warning. Other than that, let's jump in. I hate to just go down the that serious route, but yeah, let's start with Kong versus Godzilla. Kong Skull Island. Jesus. Everyone's favorite MonsterVerse movie, not mine. Somebody said, Epic Zombie Killer says, how do you feel about the 2005 King Kong? I like it. I did a review for it when this movie was actually coming out, Kong Skull Island. You can find it on my YouTube channel. Anyway, Razorback says, if I see spoilers, I'm going to be really pissed. Um, hey, me too. And I have to moderate this chat. Anyway, I'm going to push the play button right now. Can I just say right off the bat, I know this is not the current Warner, like that's the previous Warner Brothers logo, but just modified for this movie. I hate the new Warner Brothers logo. Like it looks so bland. And because they're actually showing a CGI landscape of the backlot, I almost keep expecting to see Universal Studios in the mountains and Hogwarts Castle somewhere in the South Pacific, 1944. That dramatic music, that alarm, and then get a dude falling from the sky. Interesting way to start a movie. Aside from Edda and Eddie, what is your favorite show from Cartoon Network? Samurai Jack. It's amazing how like bright and natural the colors of the beach look, but once they actually get into the jungle, it has that orange and sometimes yellow tint to it. Like even in 1944, it has to look like Apocalypse Now. Ooh. Yeah, I would have probably just gotten out of the way to avoid that katana. Ooh. And there's a giant hand. Yeah, it's like right off the bat, they just show you immediately that this is the biggest Kong. Oh, screw it. I like how the I like how the credits for all three of the movies have been basically this type of world building. These type of world building credits. Chowder. Sorry, I have to. I always have to do the Mayor Quimby voice whenever I hear John F. Kennedy. I wish Spider's Prime. YouTube, he says, is that Gamera? It's like, Gamera's not in this. Like, yeah, Gamera's not going to be in this. Now we're in 1973. All right, there was a friend of mine who was actually in the background with those the protesters. The last 4 years and January of 2021 would like it to have a word with you about that comment, John Goodman. The Quantate on YouTube says, have I seen The Life and Times of Juniper Lee? No, I haven't. And of course, Tricky Dick always has to ruin it for everyone. Hey, Richard Jenkins. In this movie, yes, GZilla 100, he is bigger, but not Godzilla versus Kong. Oh, I should probably point out, since they're talking about Godzilla but not mentioning him by name, I haven't gotten around to rewatching Gareth Edwards' Godzilla, so this will be the first time I rewatch the MonsterVerse, but this will be the first time I watch the MonsterVerse movies in chronological order. Hello there, Nick Sheets from Twitch. It's funny how a lot of people point out that there's a ton of MCU alumni in the MonsterVerse, but there's also 3 out of 5 main actors from Straight Outta Compton in this series. Transition to that military escort in Vietnam. I forgot to tell you on the last stream, I recently signed up for a weight loss program called Code Red. That's going to help me lose 10 pounds per month. Nice. Yeah, it's always nice to get in that exercise, Nick. And there's Easy E. DeQuan Tate on YouTube asks, what's your favorite Ray Harryhausen movie? Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. That's obvious Photoshop. Hold on, there's a conversation between you guys that I think I may have missed. Okay. Um, okay, if you guys are talking about spoilers, the size the size of Godzilla and Kong, that's not a spoiler at all. Like plot details or certain things that happen that the trailers don't tell you. Again, if I catch any of that, your ass is getting banned. All right, let's see. In Godzilla, there's Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen. I guess those are the only two who'd play Pietro and Wanda Maximoff in the MCU. In this movie, we have Tom Hiddleston, Loki, Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, Captain Marvel, or Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, aka Carol Danvers. One of those soldiers was in the Agent Carter series. I think that's it in this movie. Godzilla King of the Monsters, there's Bradley Whitford, who was in the Agent Carter one-shot. And then Godzilla vs. Kong, there's Rebecca Hall, who was in Maya Hansen in Iron Man 3. And then Brian Tyler Henry, who is in who's going to be in the Eternals. So that's at least I lost count, but hello there, Jedi Prime. Okay, you have seen Godzilla vs. Kong. Again, don't spoil anything. Hello, Loki. Jesus. Huh. Mosquitoes. Man, they really do not bullshit around like the Peter Jackson movie does. As great as that movie is, like this one just gets straight to the point. Did he? Razorbike on YouTube says Jordan Vogt-Roberts actually lived in Vietnam for a while. There's Brie Larson. Back in the days before she caused controversy amongst overly sensitive men just by existing. Razorback on YouTube says, I love all four of the King Kong movies. Just four? You know there are more than four, right? Oh, Batman the Red Hood. Batman Under the Red Hood is really good to quantate. Monkey. Now we're in Bangkok. One day from retirement. Yeah, that guy on the right side of the screen, who's not wearing the hat, Carl. Um, he was in the Agent Carter series in season 1 at least. Yeah, we all know. If anyone who knows U.S. history knows that's bullshit. We really did lose Vietnam, but they just painted that story. They just made that story that oh no, we actually won, and then it's like okay, well we abandoned it. No, we actually lost. See, Abomination 2008. I think the Godzilla suit in King Kong versus Godzilla is really good. It's one of my favorite designs, but the Kong suit, yeah, definitely a terrible design. Yeah, very. That was my biggest worry with this movie going in because it was set in the 70s. Um, Immediately I thought back to the Dina De Laurentiis remake, and I was hoping, oh God, please don't be as bad as that. Well, okay, that movie's not really that bad. It's just not good. But thankfully, this is a completely different movie from that. Oh, you thought it was another trail? GZilla100 on YouTube says, when the beginning happened with the two soldiers, I thought it was another movie ad. Oh, sorry about that, King Badzilla reviews. Yeah, have a good night. Hello there, Patricia 230501. I know this is a complaint a lot of people have with these type of movies when characters are in go to an island or are deserted, but it's a complaint that doesn't really bother me. But it's amazing that Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson still managed to stay pretty during the entire movie. You know what? I just realized I probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't nitpick this movie because I'm worried. Even though it was 4 years ago, I'm worried Jordan Vogt-Roberts is going to pop up somewhere, whether in the chat or he'll magically pop up and criticize me for nitpicking this movie. But I like it. I like this movie a lot. Um, and yeah, your ass is getting on there, John Ortiz. Yeah, that 1976 movie. I get it's not as bad as people say it is, but it's certainly problematic. Um, it only gets by its special effects and the fact that it was the inspiration for this right here, the King Kong encounter at Universal Studios Hollywood. But I've already talked about that. If you've seen my history of Godzilla and King Kong video that I put up last week, I cover it all. You could just go on the other side, Bree, but whatever. Hey, Jurassic Park reference. That was delivered by Samuel L. Jackson himself in Jurassic Park. Yeah, in the Twitch crowd, if you're seeing that comment from OY German 212389, please ignore it because I'm almost positive it's spam. Don't entertain the spammer, Silverberry. Okay, I had to open up my dashboard. No, no, don't worry, Silverberry. You're good. Yeah, I had to open Safari to my dashboard and delete the message. And boom. So let's see, we're only 25 minutes into the movie, and it took us, we're already at Skull Island. Compared to the Peter Jackson movie, where it took us an hour to get there. Yeah, my biggest worry with this movie was that, well, I mean, there were a lot of worries that could have been had with this movie, but one of my biggest was whether or not Skull Island would be an underpopulated island, just like in the Dino De Laurentiis movie. Because in that movie, all there was in terms of wildlife was Kong and a giant snake, a giant rubber snake. But I'm glad that they had a lot of really interesting looking creatures and monsters in this movie. I mean, there's some birds, but hello, the Swisher 35. Uh, I was wondering if you were going to see Godzilla vs. Kong on HBO Max or the theater. This comment comes from Twitch. I'm seeing it in theaters. I'm double masking myself. I'm going to try to get a face shield from Target, I think. Because I haven't been vaccinated yet, I'm going to be as precautious as careful as I can. Because I will be damned if I have to see this movie for the first time on my TV. But the thing is, I'm seeing it Wednesday afternoon, so I'm going to have to do everything in my power to not go on HBO Max and watch it beforehand. This part of the movie, it's like, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy exists, so let's bring in all this 70s music. Ooh, fancy 70s tech. Oh yeah, the effect that they do with this song when one of the helicopters goes down, it goes in slow motion. Right here. Bam! Like that's a really cool use of sound design. And there's another giant hand. Yeah, if y'all can see Godzilla versus Kong in theaters, like please be safe. Like please be as safe as possible. But if it's I don't know, like I would say make your own judgment. If you can, again, just double mask yourself. Try to sit away from people, which I'm sure theaters will regulate where people sit and limited capacity. But if you just think it's not worth it, then HBO Max is the best thing to do. I like this editing gag. Like dude gets eaten by Kong, and then we cut away to the I forget the actor's name, but he's in the good place as the head of the bad place, and he's really funny in that show. So it looks like Zack Snyder got a hold of that shot right there. Although, no, it would actually be a longer shot and more slow motion. That is an epic shot of Kong. Yeah, this Kong doesn't go down so easily due to machine gun fire. And there's the shot of the thumbnail that I used for this watch party. No, I know Kong's protecting his island, but considering that in every other American-made King Kong movie, Kong gets easily killed by bullets, this one does not. Nope. Nope. And Kong is pretty quick and pretty agile for being as big as he is in this movie. Oh, somebody just said, "Run to the side, you idiot." Yeah, those guys are smart. No blood. It's a shame that the only movie that I can think of where somebody gets thrown into a propeller and you actually like see it happening is or at least in a PG-13 movie is Captain America: The First Avenger. Like again, that shot where that Hydra agent flies right into the propeller and gets juiced is so awesome. Nope. It's like, I'm not running from this. Yeah, the last King Kong game was 2005 with the Peter Jackson movie. So yeah, I would love to see a new Kong game, and it would be also nice to get a new good Godzilla game. Yeah, this movie is so well shot. That's a great introduction to this new interpretation of Kong, showing how tough he is, and that he doesn't go down easily, and he's not a creep like the older, well, at least the 33 and 76 Kong were. And now we're bringing in the plot to Jurassic Park 3. The most logical answer anyone can give. I love that response. Are you all right? I don't know how to answer that question. It's like, dude, you're alone. You're not long for this world. Yeah, it's weird how I mean, at the time this movie came out, this movie definitely had a sense of humor about itself, whereas Gareth Edwards' Godzilla was more serious. So you kind of had to wonder how these two tones were gonna work together when these two monsters had to fight eventually. I mean, we'll see what happens with Godzilla versus Kong. Oh, in a way, it is about geology. Yeah, Razorbike on YouTube says, and then King of the Monsters has a weird mix of both. Yeah, like the humor in King of the Monsters really doesn't work. He is like John Goodman's character is very different from Dr. Serizawa in the Godzilla movies, where Serizawa is more concerned about preserving these monsters, whereas he seems to want to kill them. Well, look out. And you get more. The MonsterVerse definitely introduces more mammal monsters than Toho ever would. Easy. Well, I guess I'll just go on with my day. Oh, that poor bastard. They do. They really do come up with some creative monster designs. That's gross. And then they chop down the entire bamboo forest, but they miss the legs. War of the Monsters is the type of monster game that the Godzilla series should take inspiration from at this point on. Like, I still love Destroy All Monsters Melee, but uh, they should if a new Godzilla game were to ever be made, uh, or if just a monster video game in general, it needs to take its inspiration from War of the Monsters. Yeah, this movie really is. Hey, remember Apocalypse Now? All right, can we see any of the extra, like the Iwis? You can't really see any of them. There's one. There they are. And then John C. Reilly pops up. Oh yeah, he's also in the MCU. Huh? Um, King Batzilla 100 or King Batzilla reviews. We're 46 minutes and 17 seconds in. John C. Reilly's just popped up. Oh yeah, that's right. First of all, hello Jordy Underground. Yeah, Jordan Vogt-Roberts is making Metal Gear Solid. Muppets are fantastic. Like I think it'd be hard to find. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't like the Muppets. There he is again. No, it's a weird observation, but King Kong's got an ass. This skull. What I love about this Skull Island is that it definitely feels more. It feels more real because they actually shot this movie on location rather than just green screen like in for Peter Jackson's movie. It just makes this world feel more alive. Huh? I like Godzilla more than Kong, Gzilla 100. That's not to say I dislike Kong. It's just I'm more obsessed with Godzilla and more interested in Godzilla. Somebody was a fan of the original King Kong versus Godzilla. If we're just gonna have him fight a giant octopus again, I like how Kong is just like sitting there with tentacles all over him and just like a child. There's the Great Wall. Yeah, true words were never spoken. It's amazing how, like, there are no hints at all to, like, throughout the entirety of Skull Island, there's no, like, um, hints at all that Kong and Godzilla had a rivalry. And this was the first movie in the series made once they officially set in stone that these two monsters would fight. That beard. That beard and the hair just cracks me up. Ah, okay. So I guess those things live in the Hollow Earth, and Kong just keeps them out. Well, where are they on the island? Like, are they the center of the island or more south? Okay, these are some creative designs as well. Like a pterosaur with a sawfish nose. I really like how this movie decides, you know what, we're not going to give you just generic dinosaurs. We're going to actually give some creative, we're actually going to give you some creative looking monsters. Hey, remember Apocalypse Now? Hello, and uh, Refal, welcome to the stream. King Kong. I think it meant to say King Kong, but that's fine. GZilla 100 says, I like the MonsterVerse more than the DCEU. Oh, me too. Like, because this series doesn't have a stick up its ass and trying to be pretentious. But then again, there's only like 2 movies that try to go down that route. Everything else is just what it is. I'm so glad that they since they're near Vietnam, no, since they're near Thailand, um, uh, I'm assuming that they're Southeast Asians, as the natives. So I'm glad that they decide to take that route rather than just make them all African Americans like in the other King Kong movies, and especially in King Kong versus Godzilla, where they try to where they basically put a bunch of Japanese actors in blackface and pass them off as natives. Like that is some racist ass shit right there in King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, how long has that buffalo been underneath that helicopter? And what do you think that's gonna do, Brie Larson? Unless you've got Carol Danvers powers, don't think that's really gonna do much for you. Hello? This Kong doesn't have time to fondle over blonde white women. Again, it makes him less creepy than the 33 and the 76 King Kong. Yeah, that's what yeah, Ethan Lau he said it best on YouTube. What I like about this movie is how Kong doesn't follow the cliche 1933 plot and end up dying like always, but rather reimagined as an alpha who dominates everything around him. Yeah, like this was really the first King Kong movie to break away from the 1933 movie and be its own thing. King Kong vs. Godzilla is a product of its time, and some people should understand that. Oh, I think people understand that. It still is wrong. It's still really wrong, though. Good night, Razorbike. Yeah, hope you have a good night. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, since I don't normally whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, I normally don't do these watch parties on Monday. This is this is a special occasion because of Godzilla vs. Kong, but tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll be finishing off the MCU with Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh, I have a lot of explaining to do. Huh. No, they brought him back. It's all good. Oh, that's an annoying radio sound. Yeah, it's like, let's just make a giant log bug. Oh, that monster never did anything. Like, leave that poor thing alone. Surprise! Ooh, pretty. Yeah, they really maintain this Hollow Earth concept throughout the entire series. The fuck? Weird thought. King Batzilla reviews on YouTube says, "Weird thought. Has Kong ever eaten a banana?" Um, I don't think he has. I mean, he's had banana breath on King Kong encounter and confrontation, but I don't think he's ever eaten a banana in any of the movies. Now I wonder if is that really like that has to be a like just a cliche for monkeys and apes, right? Like it's probably cliche in the same way that white people love mayonnaise, which that I don't know where that cliche comes from, but mayonnaise is terrible. Donkey Kong did. There you go, Spider's Prime. On YouTube, Spider's Prime says Donkey Kong did. Yeah, but King Kong, I don't think he's ever eaten bananas. Man, just he's chilling, looking at the stars. Just let him be, man. Oh, I doubt it. GZilla 100. I doubt they shot this the same place as the 1976 King Kong, because there are a lot of scenes on the island that were shot on the Paramount backlot, and you could clearly tell that it's a backlot set. I'm gonna look that up actually. I've heard of Invisible. I heard it's really good, but I haven't seen it yet. Like, I don't know. I might figure out, like, because I still want to see The Boys. So I just need to find the time to watch both shows. Um, yeah, I'm pretty certain that they did not film Skull, the 1976 King Kong, the same places they shot this movie. That's a fancy door for that wall. And hey, nice of these natives to not offer sacrifices. It's like, look, we're just living at peace, and Kong out there is just keeping some of the more ugly creatures out of our area. Abomination 2008 on YouTube says it would be cool if there was this version of Kong up against original opponents that are bipedal for future movies. We'll see, but we'll see what happens. Because I know there's going to be a King Kong anime on Netflix based off the MonsterVerse. Spiders Prime on YouTube says 1976 King Kong was filmed in parts of Hawaii. That makes sense. Or maybe that, I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't really fly. Wow, way to kill the mood. It's like, oh, thank God we're heading in the right direction anyway. I love the change of tone with everyone in this scene. Huh? That changed quick. It was like, hooray! We found the others. Oh fuck! Call of Duty. Well, he's a goner. Man, he wanted no. It's like he wanted no part of this expedition. He just wanted to stay on the boat. He did not want to be here, and he paid the price. War of the Gargantuas remake asks Abomination 2008. I don't know about a remake, but those two monsters should pop up at some point in Toho's future. So I guess they're in the center of the island. I think I I don't know if that's parts. There's some parts of this movie that look like Hawaii, because 10 years ago I visited the I was vacationing with my brother and my mom in Hawaii, and we visited the place where they shot a bunch of movies, including the that big log in Jurassic Park where Grant and the kids see the Gallimimus getting eaten by the T-Rex. Yeah, they did film some of this in Hawaii. Yeah, there's a Triceratops skull somewhere. Um, and yeah, Jordan Vogt-Roberts was asked, oh, I don't know if he was asked, but he mentioned why he didn't put any dinosaurs in his movie. Boom! Um, and he said it was because he couldn't top what Peter Jackson did in the 2005 remake. That should be a self-isolated PSA against smoking. It's like, hey, don't smoke or else shit will blow up. Yeah, there's a tiny skull crawler. And I like how its body structure is clearly based off that lizard that climbed out of the pit in the original King Kong, where it just has two legs that or two arms that work as legs. That's gross. Yeah, he's dead. So okay, we're heading back north. It's like we've run out of things for John Goodman to do in this movie, so we'll just kill him. There's that giant Triceratops skull. Like, that is a big skull. Huh? Probably, maybe bigger than any recorded Triceratops on record. Yes, GZilla 100. I talk about this in my. If you haven't seen my history of King Kong and Godzilla video on YouTube, you should definitely check it out. Um, but I talk about how this was originally supposed to be a prequel uh, to King Kong, and again, I don't know if it was the original or the Peter Jackson remake, because Universal was going to distribute the movie, but then in 2015, it got changed to a reboot once the project moved to Warner Brothers, and Legendary wanted to remake King Kong versus Godzilla. Um, and then 2016, a year before this movie comes out, Skull Island: Reign of Kong opens up at Universal's Islands of Adventure. And maybe it was a coincidence that it came out a year before this movie, because basically it's just a longer version of King Kong 360 3D on the Universal Studios tour here in Hollywood. Yeah, this is a beautiful looking movie. I don't think the CG's all that bad in this. There's no point of CGI in this movie where I look at it and go, "Wow, that's awful." Huh? In any of these movies, really. Oh yeah, we're just gonna go full blown cheese in this scene. Tom Hiddleston in a gas mask chopping up flying reptiles with a katana with precise accuracy that bleed blue. Sure. And that dude's dead. And again, Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson still managed to be as beautiful as ever. Like no scars at all, no dirt. Um, but whatever. That's a complaint in people have in movies that just doesn't bother me. Hello there, Goji 98, who says on YouTube says it's weird that this gas scene was the pitch for the movie. Really? Um, King Batzilla review says at least it's better than that in a Michael Bay movie, the no scar thing. Yeah, like because Michael Bay, like in a Michael Bay movie, especially when it comes to the women, they all still have to look like supermodels at the end of the day. Like Megan Fox and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley in those first, all the women in the Transformers movies, they go through a lot. They're in battles, they're running, and yet they still look like supermodels. What are you nervous about for GZilla 100? Oh, the gas scene was the first sequence that was storyboarded, huh? Kong's pissed about something off in the distance. Um, Hello there, Screen Guy 5959. He asks, "What is your least favorite part of Wally?" Ooh, that's a good question. My least. Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. Um, Least favorite part of Wally. Oh, um, okay, you know what? I actually do have an answer. It's not enough to really like bring the movie down or say that it's bad, but the middle of the movie is not as interesting as the first act and the third one. Uh, but again, that's me. Um, Time for some King Kong Lives with this Nepal scene. Oh no. Oh, by the way, for King Kong Lives, y'all should see Double Toasted's review for that movie. They They had to usually Double Toasted does live streams, but because Corey's internet has been so buggy recently, he's had to pre-record his reviews or some of his shows, and they just put up. You know what? Let me open up the chats. Since I can't actually post anything from Streamlabs, I gotta post up the Double Toasted review for they did for King Kong Lives, because that was funny. Yeah, this is the closest we'll ever get to like Brie Larson being the Fay Wray equivalent in this movie, where she's just like, it's not a romantic thing at all. It's more of a mutual respect. Ooh, almost, my computer almost got knocked off the table. All right, YouTube chat, you guys have access to that review now. Now, hang on, Twitch. I'm not forgetting about you. All right, Kong's pissed again. Oh, Double Toasted's actually streaming right now. I hope if it's still working out for them, or if they can actually, if they're still streaming, we should try to raid them. If not, we'll raid another channel. All right, there we go. More Call of Duty. It's like, Kong, it's a trap. Don't do it. I love how Samuel L. Jackson can just give you a look. Like, just this pissed off look, and you know exactly what he's thinking. GZL100 says, well, I'm going to get shocked. Shocked to test my nerves and see what's wrong with me. Oh, is it a medical thing? I'm not dead yet. Yeah, that shit wouldn't have worked on Godzilla. Godzilla would have taken that fire like a champ. That dude's dead. And that guy's going to the bad place. I do really wish I'd seen both this movie and Gareth Edwards' Godzilla in IMAX. But I was grateful that the first time I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters was in IMAX, and that um, I'm seeing Godzilla vs. Kong in IMAX as well. Gamera would eat the fire, says Spider is Prime. Yeah, he would. Elijah Brink on YouTube asks, should I rewatch the 1976 King Kong? It's been years. I I'd watched segments of it. I'm gonna. I love when Sam. I love when Nick Fury. We'll get to this tomorrow, but in Far From Home, I really love his line of, "Bitch, please, you've been to space." when Peter Parker says, "I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man." I mean, it's got Elijah Brink. It's got some weird moments, but I mean, it's launched the career of Jessica Lange, which she's not really good in that movie. But then again, the character of Dwan's written to be kind of ditzy, and thank God she's gotten better with her career after Kong. Oh yeah, that shot in the trailer when the giant skull crawler pops up. For some reason, some people thought it was Godzilla. Like, why would they bring Godzilla in this early in Kong's solo movie? Yeah, I don't know about you, Colonel, but I'd rather Kong stay alive and you use the detonators on that thing. It's like, thank God the big skull crawler is as big as Kong is right now. But if that's how big the skull crawlers get, they got to be really easy to pick off at when Kong's at full size. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, granted, okay, what GZilla on 100 on YouTube is saying is the MonsterVerse actually planned it out, unlike the DCEU when they first began. Yeah, I mean, the DCEU did have its plan to just get to Darkseid, but the thing is, they rushed it. So by doing that, you just skip all these years of potential stories to tell. Um, and also, once BVS and Suicide Squad disappointed people, um, Warner Brothers panicked. With this, the plan was just a lot more simple and didn't require that many movies to lead up to it. Like, we're just having King Kong and Godzilla fight each other again. So we just need to have at least one Godzilla movie and one King Kong movie. Yeah, what did you think was going to happen? Kind of a dumb way to go out. Um, that was a dramatic pause. It's like, now we get to the big monster fight. Which definitely, out of all the final monster fights in this movie, this is definitely the best one. Like, I think as on a whole, the 2014 Godzilla is a better movie, but the final battle here is definitely more entertaining. And definitely more well shot. Especially compared to the final battle in King of the Monsters. And smack. I mean, we'll see what happens with we'll see what happens with the future of the MonsterVerse after Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, if it doesn't continue, then hey, they made it to where they needed to go with Godzilla versus Kong, and I mean, there will definitely be more Kong stuff because again, there's the Netflix anime that is based off the MonsterVerse. But in terms of Godzilla, I mean, Toho's got other plans for Godzilla. So again, if this series kind of peters out at the end, it doesn't really continue with any more movies, then I'm not going to be too upset. You say, okay, GZIL 100, you say, well, you can actually see the fight, unlike the 2014. I don't really agree with that. Like, with the 2014 movie, you can, like, the fight scenes in that movie are more well-framed and well-shot than in King of the Monsters. And it all depends, really, at the end of the day, it all depends on the TV that you have and the time of day you actually see the movie. Because when I rewatched that movie, well, actually, just last year and 2 years ago in prep for King of the Monsters, I could see the action clearly at the final battle. So yeah, the Skullcrawler has one of its eyes blown out by a flare. And now Kong's got a giant boat propeller that used as a throwing star. And Kong will fight dirty in Godzilla versus Kong, but I'm still on Team Godzilla. All right, King Badzilla reviews. You have a good night. Ooh. That should have killed it, huh? Um, but then, of course, this is the monster verse, and the villain monsters always have to have the most brutal ways to die. Man, she is tiny compared to Kong's hand. And I'm sorry, like I feel like with how clenched Kong's fist is, Brie Larson should have been crushed under there. And rip. That is disgusting. I really do like how the monster, like each of the main villain monsters in the MonsterVerse, gets a horrible way to die. Uh, I don't think. See, the problem, Elijah Brink, with suggesting that Mothra deserves a solo movie is that Mothra is well known, but not popular enough in the United States to warrant her own movie. So that unfortunately will never happen. Okay, I couldn't tell if that was just the water because Brie Larson was still wet, or she actually shed a tear at Kong walking away. I'm just gonna assume uh, she shed a tear. Oh, nice, GZilla 100. Yeah, good luck with the short film, or I guess the less bad luck manner to say is break a leg with it, or maybe that's more of an actor quote. It's like, guys, just pull down, pay no attention to the giant gorilla, and get us home safe. And that's the movie. But in the style of the MCU, there is a stinger, so we'll wait for that. Yeah, I like how this is just like a nice little wrap up for John C. Reilly. Was, he's probably like, God, I hope he does. God, I hope my wife didn't remarry. God, look at those '70s sideburns. Yeah, there's his hot dog and beer. Appropriate words to end on. If I could continue the MonsterVerse, I would. But again, we'll see what happens with the success of Godzilla vs. Kong. Because I still firmly believe that when they changed the release date from May of this year to March, they moved it up. I thought that was the nail in the coffin for the series. But if it's doing well overseas, then maybe the MonsterVerse has a shot to continue on. I think there's a. I'm going to give you guys the wrap up soon, but Gzilla 100 asked, how much screen time do you think Godzilla has in Final Wars? I don't think he has a lot. Considering that the movie is more interested in all the human fight scenes than the monster stuff. He's probably not in it for very... He probably doesn't have that much screen time. Hold on, folks. All right, as I'm looking for this, I'll give you guys a rundown. Thank you for joining me in my live watch party for Kong Skull Island. Tomorrow on both YouTube and Twitch at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be finishing off the Marvel Cinematic Universe with... We'll be finishing off the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Come on, you piece of... There you go. We'll be finishing off the MCU with Spider-Man Far From Home. And then... I'll still stream... on May 4th, we'll be starting a new watch party series with Spider-Man... Star Wars prequel trilogy, original trilogy, and sequel trilogy. Yeah. All right, good night, Elijah Brink. Okay, here's the answer to how much screen time Godzilla has in Final Wars. 14 minutes and 55 seconds. Not too bad, but for being one of the longer Godzilla movies is not that great either. Anyway, yeah, starting May 4th, which is a Tuesday, I'll be doing watch parties for the entire Skywalker saga in Star Wars. But until then, I'm going to readjust my Twitch schedule to stream every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. That way I give you guys a little day of streaming games throughout April until we get to Star Wars. And if you like what I'm doing if you subscribe to me on YouTube, but you do not follow me on Twitch, you should do that. But if you follow me on Twitch and do not subscribe to me on YouTube, but that is where I mainly do my, that's my main hub of entertainment, movie reviews and other videos. If you really like what I'm doing, you want to help support financially, you can go to patreon.com/TheRealMrRobinson. You can help support the channels for $1 a month. Or if you want to get access to bonus content, you can pledge $3 and above. You'll get stuff that nobody else gets to see. But any amount that you pledge on Patreon will help will basically help me out financially. Hopefully, it'll allow me to get some better equipment, and for both YouTube and Twitch purposes. And you get to fulfill some goals, like a couple of goals that I have in mind right now is If I get to a certain amount of money monthly, I will start doing. Oh shit! The chat attack just raided me. A few seconds ago. Hello there. Holy shit! You guys raided me. I'm sorry, we're at the end. We're at the end of this stream, but definitely welcome it. How many members? 18. Wow, 18 members. Funny you guys rated me because I was actually about to rate a stream. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Blazian Mikal. The chat attack says you are the shit, man. Thank you. Definitely appreciate it. You guys are the shit as well. Well, and by then says Indiana Bootman. Actually, yeah, I finished up a live watch party for Kong Skull Island. If the all the stuff here wasn't an indication, but I was thinking of actually rating another channel, Blasian Michael. That's right, I remember you. Sorry about that. Yeah, I remember you on one of the previous chat attack raids. Blasian Michael. I have to Asian Michael. I have to remember that. But yeah, I was planning to raid someone else. I think I think I was planning to raid Double Toasted. So for any of you any of you from the chat attack, if you want to take part in the Double Toasted raid, we'll do that. Just stick around. We're waiting right now. We're at the end credits of Kong Skull Island, so I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for the end stinger, and then we'll go raid if they're still online, which it looks like they are. So that's good. That's good that their internet's actually working for once. Blasian Michael says, let's raid DT. Yes. So for those of you visiting from the chat attack, just hang tight. We're almost at the stinger for Kong Skull Island. For those of you watching this on YouTube, I suggest you head over to twitch.tv right now so we can raid Double Toasted. And I know Double Toasted's more popular than me, but considering all the trouble that Spectrum's been giving Corey, they need it. They need the support. Even though it doesn't seem like Corey even though it seems like Corey doesn't have his raid setting on. But whatever. All right, I'm just going to set up the raid. And then we will, once the stinger's done, we'll go ahead and raid Double Toasted. Okay, it's fading to black. This is so meta. that dialogue from Tom Hiddleston. Indiana Bootman says, hell yeah, I'm down for another raid. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. Man, I gotta say, somebody who, grew up with the entirety of the Godzilla franchise, loved the 2014 movie, and loved, King Kong in general. This end credit scene was just oh shit, it's happening. Godzilla and Kong coexist, and they're bringing in Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. And then the end where we just hear Godzilla's roar. I love that updated roar. All right. Thank you guys for those of you who are in for the entire watch party, thank you for joining in. And thanks once again to the chat attack for rating me, and to all you members of the chat attack. You all are awesome. And yeah, until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one.